We know that the power of sport is a real thing, and particularly when you look at clubs and club sport within Scotland's sporting system, the impact that those clubs are having on their communities is phenomenal. Their connections to understanding community need is there. We saw during COVID times a number of sports clubs really pivoting when sport shut down and they weren't able to get on the pitch or on the grass or on the court. They turned their attentions to what some of the wider needs in the community were. So for me, that really showed me that sports clubs not only are capable of delivering sporting outcomes, but they also have this ability to contribute to wider outcomes and wider needs that there are in local communities. What we're also conscious of is sports' ability to deliver wider outcomes. So for me, they're outcomes that sport can be the vehicle to achieving. They may be educational outcomes, they may be health outcomes, they may be transport outcomes. But sport definitely has the capability to deliver those wider outcomes. I think in my experience, sport does that inherently. So, we've got thousands of sport clubs out there engaging young and old every day of the week. The focus of those activities is sport, getting people on the pitch or on the court, getting them active and healthy. But inherently, they're also achieving other benefits. It's making communities more cohesive. It's building people's leadership and employability skills. And I guess through the Changing Lives work that we've been doing over more recent years, is it's trying to really focus in on ensuring that those outcomes aren't inherent benefits, but are actually being intentionally sought through our work. So the work we've been doing in Changing Lives is really trying to get the people in sport, the professional officers, the key volunteers, recognising that we can intentionally deliver more than physical activity outcomes through sport, and then tapping into what the needs of the community is, and forming some partnerships and collaborating with some organisations where sport can be the vehicle to achieve wider need. And I think we're seeing loads of great examples of that all across the sporting system at the moment, through collaborating with education, health, criminal justice, a number of different areas. Yeah, so when we think about local clubs in the sporting system, historically their focus has been on delivering outputs. How many people have they got participating in their sessions, how many coaches do they have, and how many sessions are they offering. But actually it's really important that we differentiate between those outputs, and more importantly we're really clear about understanding what outcomes that they're also delivering. So by outcomes I mean the changes that are happening as a result of their actions. And quite often in sport historically we've kind of stopped at that output level, and we've been happy with the numbers, but actually the more work we do around changing lives through sport, the more we understand it's really important that we understand the changes, how people feel, what people have experienced, how people are developing as a result of the activities. So yeah, less about counting numbers and more about understanding I guess some of the softer side of change as a result of some of the work. So if I was thinking about a club, and if we had a session on for girls that was for girls, led by girls, so some young female leaders leading the sessions, then not only are we achieving outputs of the number of people participating and delivering, but through the leadership piece we're also developing leadership skills, confidence, maybe employability opportunities. So it's just being cognizant that outputs is part of the story, but going that extra stage and making sure we're clear before we start on work as to what outcomes or changes we're trying to make, making sure we're really clear that we've got that nailed down before we embark on any activities.
Cycling can be a real barrier for women, and particularly older women, and one of the things that I've been doing with the work and getting more women active in cycling is encouraging new people to come in and try the sport and the activity, and that's been through taster days, giving bikes, and really sort of focusing in on helping women, particularly around the age of menopause, to see the benefits of what cycling can bring. And the outcomes of that has been life-changing for many of the women that have been through the programmes that we've run, where they've recognised that actually, physical health, their mental health has improved significantly as a result of being part of our cycling programme. And it's been such an incredible thing to see that they have continued cycling, but also that in itself has helped them through the menopause itself.